This week, Orkney has been host to the Island Games. Thousands of visitors and competitors and volunteers have contributed to this amazing event. But now this is over, and we're back here in front of the cathedral, protesting at the continuing genocide being perpetrated by the Israeli forces in Gaza. The first person I met was Susie Shearer, who showed me a picture she'd drawn in charcoal.
I am gifting this picture to the vigil so that on Human Rights Day in December this year, it will be drawn, and hopefully whomever wins it likes it and keeps it or passes it on. So £1 and you can have this picture, which will go, all the money will go to help the Shufat refugee camp in Palestine. So but do buy tickets if you can. Okay.
First of all, welcome to the people that are here for the first time. You're very, very welcome. Come back and chat to us again. But have you noticed that now the people going by in the trucks for their blackening are waving even more than they used to wave? Remember when we started off about a year and a half ago, we get the odd thumbs up and the very odd wave. Now it's the majority of people in the trucks that are waving to us. And you know, that seems a kind of flimsy and anecdotal thing to say, but it's in small things like that that indicate popular support. We have this every week, and there's a great turnout, and there are new faces every week, and people are enthused by it. The folk walking by in the street, whether they're visitors to Orkney or people who dwell here, give us a thumbs up and they clap. And in the cities and towns throughout Britain and indeed throughout the world, hundreds of thousands of people turn out. So it's no surprise that our government and Parliament have criminalised peaceful protest, because one group has said, hands off Palestine, and we're going to take direct action to stop the machines of war from carrying out their murderous and genocidal campaign against the men, women and children of Palestine. And so, in Parliament a couple of weeks ago, the vast majority of MPs lumped along with two absolute nutcase fascist right-wing organisations and banned the three of them. And including that, they added something on by saying, if you're seen to hold up a poster supporting, then you also be charged with a terrorist offence. Now, you know, aside from being indignant, furious and depressed by that, we can take something positive from it, because we can see a government and a parliament that is frightened by what is happening week in, week out in the streets. They're frightened at the hundreds of thousands that turn out in London in the demonstrations, and they're frightened of the blackenings that go by the street, Broad Street in Kirkwall, who give us a clap and a thumbs up, because they themselves know, despite their own cowardice and despite their kowtowing to political pressure from the US, they know that the majority of people in Britain are opposed not just to the dreadful genocide being committed in Israel, but to the criminal support of our government and other governments. So there's terrible things happening in Palestine and the people are suffering terribly. However, the opposition to the war, the opposition to our government's support for the war is growing the whole time. And they might ban, they may criminalise them. The time may come where they will need to go further than that. But all these things are an indication that what we do week in, week out, what is done elsewhere in the country and throughout the world week in, week out, men and women and young people standing up and saying, not in our name, stop this genocide, is having an effect. And it won't be parliaments that stop it. It won't be people living in the bubble of Westminster that will stop it. It will be people doing what we are doing today and has been done today throughout Britain and throughout the world. So thank you again for your support for this. On we go.